Hey everyone, Kid Lego Legend here, and today I will be reviewing the Razor Crest. Now this review might be quite long because I want to go full into my thoughts of this set, so let's jump right into the figs. So in this set you get the child, and when this set first came out, that was a big draw for a lot of people. But now LEGO started releasing him in a lot cheaper sets, the buildable child, and then the new January 2021 Trouble on Tatooine set. So this guy really isn't rare anymore because LEGO's shown that he's coming in a lot more sets. If you want to see my full thoughts on the figure, you guys can check out my buildable The Child review. Now, next figure is the Mandalorian. I'm also not going to go in depth on this figure because I did that in the ATST review. If you guys want to go check that out. This is not Beskar Mando when the Razor Crest in this set is obviously from the end of Season 1 when he does have his Beskar armor. But that is okay because LEGO might not have had that figure ready yet because obviously we now know that he had arm printing and they had to like redo the color scheme for the helmet. So I can understand how LEGO might not have had the Beskar Mandalorian figure ready for the Razor Crest, and I'd rather LEGO take longer to make that figure and just add in an inaccurate figure in the Razor Crest than just speed that figure up and try to get it out with the Razor Crest and then have that figure be sloppy with the printing and stuff. Now, next figure is Grief Karga, and this guy looks really good. He has really nice torso printing, and he has two very good expressions. He's got this, like, cocky smile, and then he's got a stern face. You can see his cape runs from the right side of the torso all the way to the back as printing. And he comes with two blasters, which is nice. No leg printing, which is unfortunate, but it's not the biggest deal. We have IG-11, which is just made up of these droid parts. I mean, it's a figure. You have a unique printed cylinder for the head, but it's just made up of droid parts, which isn't very exciting. And the other thing I don't like is how this part sticks out so much with that stud. Comes with a long blaster rifle, which again you can clip on, and then a short one over here. And yeah, just not a super exciting figure because it is just made up of those normal droid parts. And this set also comes with a scout trooper, and this guy is so detailed. Like, look at that detail on the torso running down to the hip, into the legs, and then the back printing looks amazing. And obviously, we have that new head, which is amazing now that we're not getting the angry clone face. Obviously, the scout trooper comes with a small blaster pistol and a dual molded helmet, which is awesome. And the only thing that I have a complaint about is that this guy should have come with the speeder bike. It would have been awesome if we got a speeder bike to go with this scout trooper in the Razor Crest, in the sense that, like, that way the speeder bike can be opposing the Razor Crest, and really wouldn't have taken that many pieces, and I feel like it really wouldn't have affected the cost at all. So I'm gonna see if I can get Firestar printing arms for him, though, because then, like, he's the most detailed you can have him, because he has arm printing. And here is Queel. Oh, wait, they didn't add Queel in this set. Definitely LEGO should have added in Queel. We can see now that they are moving on to Season 2 stuff. And now we have Mando from Season 1. We have IG-11 from Season 1. We have Grief Karga. You can get Cara Dune in the ATST set. But where's to round out our Season 1 team? And I don't know if they're going to return to Season 1 stuff. So I feel like they should have added in Queel in this set because That way you can round out your Season 1 team. Maybe I can make a makeshift Queel or something like that. But that is, I think, now one of the very big flaws of the set. That there's no Queel, and Lego might not ever make one. So that's unfortunate. But let's move on to the Razor Crest itself. So this is a big ship, guys. This set has 1,023 pieces, and this is a giant ship. Like, I know all the other reviewers have said that, but they're right. This is a quite hefty ship, just as it should be. There's so much detail on this, and I don't know where to start. I guess we'll start at the front here with that cockpit. So the cockpit has a unique printed piece, and you can just take that out. The nice thing is that they add in this little piece that has this bar, so you can actually like take it out to put your minifigures in without touching the clear piece and getting fingerprints all over it. But again, a nice printed piece. Definitely great that it's not a sticker. And then inside the cockpit, you have 2 seats, and then you have a control panel. With how they built this set, it would have been nice if they, like, changed the cockpit so you can actually fit 3 seats like it is in the show. But I don't see how Lego, like, the way they built the cockpit, I don't see how they would have built it differently to fit 3 seats. So unfortunately, you can't fit 3 seats. As you can see, if these pieces right here weren't there, then you could fit this seat on this side, and then on the right side, if this piece wasn't here, you could fit another seat on this side and have room for for 2 figures to fit in each seat. So that's unfortunate. Another thing is that I feel like the seats should have been in brown than red. I feel like brown would have been a better color to choose than red, because red just really pops, but that's not that big of a deal. And then this part can open up like that, and on the inside you can see that there are 2 clips, so you can store the Mandalorian's blaster rifle just like this. If I can grab it from the figure, you can store it in there just like that, and then you can pop this thing closed, and I guess that can act as the gun closet, but it really is just a place to store some of your weapons. And then on the inside there, you can see 2 clips in the back where the cockpit piece can slide in. So that's really nice. It's a smooth connection, and it stays in there. It's not going to fall out, but at the same time, it's really easy to pull out. So that's very good. Moving down to the side here, you can see you have a detailed turret, and this part can open up where you can store your flick fire missiles. I like that inclusion. I don't know. I just like that you can store your flick fire missiles there, or flick fire spring-loaded shooter missiles there. And I guess it could have been used as the gun closet instead. Maybe that would have been a better use. I hear people complain about this, that it should have been a better use of this space than just a place to hold your spring-loaded shooter missiles. But I like that inclusion. It's not a big deal. Again, on the other side, you have very nice turrets, and then you have the Mandalorian's bed in there. If I can move the turret down. And this is a very good inclusion, because we see that bed a lot in the show. You can see there's just 2 studs there, and you can fit a minifigure there, in there, all nice and dandy. And there are 2 stickers in the background, and I feel like those add really good detail. But you can fit a minifigure in there, and you can also fit Baby Yoda in there, just like in Season 1, in Chapter 6, I think it was. Now here you have the door that can open up, and just like in the show, you can open it up, and then moving to the side, you have these panels which can open up, and on this side, you have a nice place to store your carbonite pieces. That is a great inclusion by LEGO. It's amazing that you have the place to store your carbonite pieces. So here's the first one, and as you can see, it's just on, I don't even know what this is called. It's like a 6-high brick. I don't know, it's like a 2 by 1 by 6 brick, I think. And they use stickers, which is, I think it was definitely a good idea. Because you can get all the detail. And then here is the other one. I don't know who these characters are, but this is just, I don't know, some dude in carbonite, and then they've got their little spot in the interior, and you can just slide them in. It's not a super tight connection, so they do fall out quite easily. If you just like tip the Razor Crest right, that's gonna go flying out, but that's not that big of a deal. And there you go. You can store your carbonite pieces. On the back here, you have the back ramp, which we also see in the show. And unfortunately, those carbonite pieces are the only thing in the interior. You can open up the other side of this, and then you can open up this, and literally the whole Razor Crest can open up if you just open up those turret places. Yeah, you literally can just have the whole Razor Crest open up. And like I said before, those carbonite pieces are unfortunately the only thing in the interior. I don't see where LEGO could have added in a gun closet, but I think there's two things that LEGO should have done with the interior to spice it up a bit. So the first thing is add in this ladder piece, right? In the back there. There's a tiny little hole leading up to the cockpit. You guys can see that there. And I think if LEGO just added in a ladder piece, it really would have spiced up the interior a bit. It's a small thing, but it would help. You can kind of see the back of the chair there, and there's just a tiny little space. Obviously, a minifigure can't fit through that space, but I feel like a ladder would have definitely helped make it look, like you can go up there. So that's one thing that I think LEGO could have done to spice up the interior. The second thing is a crate. LEGO loves using these big crates, right? These tall crates in the front here, and I don't know why they didn't do that. It would really spice up the interior a bit, just to kind of have something there. And I feel like LEGO could have included a crate, but again, these are small things. I feel like the interior is just kind of lacking, right? You have the carbonite pieces, and then the rest is just studs. So that's unfortunate. I feel like those are the two things LEGO could have done. Just a ladder in the back to show that a minifigure goes up there into the cockpit, and then just a crate, to kind of spice it up. And there goes my carbonite pieces. It's nice because you can go ahead and fit the entire Mando team if we had Queel in this space. So as you can see, you can fit Mando, Grief Karga, Cara Dune, IG-88, IG-11, my bad, and there's just plenty of room for figs. I just feel like a little bit more detail in the interior would have been nice. But one thing I have to mention, it is a bit fiddly getting the minifigures in there, especially IG-11, because there's not a lot of room for my hands to reach in there and place the minifigures down. I had a really hard time fitting IG-11 in there, but that's not that big of a deal. So, as you can see, the set does come with some stickers throughout, but the stickers are all super big, so they're not super hard to put on. And just moving up to the top here, you guys can see there is this right here, which is actually removable and is, of course, a escape pod. And you can open it up and you can fit a minifigure in there. You can fit Grief Karga. It might be a little hard with people who have, like, helmets or stuff, but you can just fit a regular minifigure in there, and you have a nice little escape pod. Now, I don't know if this hasn't been shown in the Mandalorian show yet, so I don't know if LEGO just decided, like, oh, there's, an empty space here. We can just add in a nice little, another play feature and add in an escape pod, or if that's actually canon. So on the side here, you can see there's this little grill piece, and taking the spring-loaded missiles out and putting them in, you can actually just push that down, and the spring-loaded missile will come out, which is a very good play feature, and they're so well hidden in there. Like, if we put this around, flip this around, you can see how it's integrated into the Razor Crest super good. This set is very detailed throughout. I love the curves on the front here, and the big engines are really good. They look really good. I've seen some mods which make them look a lot better, but this is good. And then you guys can just see all the details on the top of the ship and the side of the ship. Last thing is the landing gear. You can just see it's these big skis, obviously not retractable, and I think it's good. It's good that they added in landing gear. Now, the only problem is that the Razor Crest can go like that really easily, because it's quite a heavy ship, and so, like, I don't know, it just tips back really easily, but, yeah. Now, in terms of swishability, I find myself holding it from the back, but, this is a very stable ship. There's Technic on the inside, as you guys can see, but, it's very well built, and it's not going to fall apart easily. You can basically hold this thing anywhere. You can hold it from the bottom. Now, the problem with holding it from the bottom, I find, is that I try to hold it in between the skis. That way my hand isn't going around the landing gear. But when I try to hold it from these gears, like, I'll push down, right? And they'll just come apart like that. So, that's unfortunate, but you can hold it from pretty much anywhere. The bottom, you can hold it from the back here, and you can hold it from the wings even. So, it's a very stable ship, very well built, but it's quite heavy. It's a pretty heavy LEGO set. So on the box, you can see the figures, and then you can see the stats over there. On the back, you can see the functionality of the set, and you can unlock this in the Skywalker Saga whenever that comes out. Fun. But yeah, you can see all the functionality and stuff. It comes with one very thick instruction booklet that does have an ad in the back for the 2020 Star Wars wave and the earlier wave. I think this might have been the 2020 January wave. So that's cool. You can just see the 2020 wave over here. So this is a great set, even though I feel like LEGO could have added in 3 more things. The speeder bike, Queel, and a bit more interior detail, but that one's not too big of a deal to me. Honestly, these 3 things aren't that big of a deal, except for Queel. I'm really hoping we get a minifigure of him. So this set is pretty close. It's basically perfect. Well, I mean, every LEGO set has its flaws, right? But it's basically, I think, the best LEGO could have done. except for those like 3 things that would just made it go the extra mile. Queel, because it seems like we're going into season 2 stuff, so I don't know if we'll ever get a Queel minifigure. I'm really hoping so, though. That way we can round out our season 1 squad. And then a speeder bike for the scout trooper. I feel like it really wouldn't have taken that many pieces, and the set already is $130 for 1,000 pieces, basically. And then a bit more interior detail would have been nice, because even though it's really nice that you can fit all your figs inside the Razor Crest, I feel like just a box or a crate and then that ladder in the background would have been nice just to spice it up a little. But I love the inclusion of the carbonite. So now, should you guys buy this set? Obviously, now there are many different ways to get Baby Yoda, which was a big draw for a lot of people, but it still does come with the exclusive Grief Karga. The Scout Trooper is a very nice addition. No Beskar Mando, which would have been cool, but I can understand, again, how LEGO might not have had that figure ready. And then, I guess, also an exclusive IG-11, but again, that figure isn't super exciting for me, at least. This thing is ginormous. It's really big, right? Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, you'd have to buy it and build it to fully understand, but this thing is big. And it's very detailed, and yeah, I think that even though, again, it has its flaws, and a few more things could have been added to make this set better, it's still a very good set. And it's gonna look great on your shelf. If you're buying it for, like, a kid, then it's got great swishability, again, and they'll have fun with, all the play functions and the figures in this. And yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for my review. This is a great set, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, like and subscribe so you can be a LEGO legend also, and I'll see you guys in the next video.